Today I want to talk about dry socket because we get questions about it all the time. What is dry socket? And a lot of people know that buzzword because it's an unfun thing when it happens, and it's a fairly common thing in lower wisdom tooth extractions especially. It can happen with any extraction, but that's where we see it most commonly. So to give you a very basic example, if you skinned your knee, the blood clot that forms and stiffens there, we call that a scab. In your mouth, we call it a blood clot. Same thing happens when a tooth is extracted. Blood fills in and hardens, and that's part of the healing process. However, if you do something to dislodge that clot in the first few days when it's fairly fragile, we leave exposed bone in the mouth that is very, very painful, and it's called dry socket. So it's a thing that we do see sometimes, but fairly rarely, especially because here at Atlanta Dental Spa, we do lots of extra little tricks to try to make sure that you don't have that experience. Basically, the way that you can prevent it is listen to our instructions, but most importantly, avoid things that change suction or pressure in your mouth, such as sucking on a straw. So if you go home and have a milkshake or a smoothie, that's great. Just eat it with a spoon, drink it out of the cup, but that heavy suction was pulling against that fragile blood clot in those first few days, and you really don't want to disrupt it. Same thing goes with heavy rinsing, swishing, spitting, anything that changes pressure in your mouth or elevates your blood pressure, such as working out or heavy lifting. Those are things that can push the clot from below. So we want to do anything we can to make that pressure stay as normal as it can in the mouth and not disrupt that early clot. Typically, you're going to see symptoms of dry socket around day 3 or 4, and it is a rapid onset of very, very high discomfort. It hurts a lot. So peak inflammation, that also happens around day 3 or 4. So it's okay and normal and part of the natural healing process to have a slight uptick in discomfort on day 3 or 4 after any kind of extraction. But if it's extreme, you may want to come talk to your dentist and see what's going on, because if it's dry socket, there is a helpful medicament that we can put down in there to help it soothe and feel better. But if you listen to our instructions and come to Atlanta Dental Spa, we pull out lots of stops to do extra little tips and tricks that can make that not happen.